Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly energy update for September 11th through September 18th. These are timeless though, of course. So if you do come across this outside that time frame, I would still watch the video because if your intuition brought you here, there's surely messages for you. Now, of course, we have Mercury retrograde that we've been in the pre-shadow for a little bit, but now as of the 10th of September, we have gone into full retrograde. So you've already been feeling the effects, but now we have these next couple weeks up until October 1st or through October 1st when we're feeling that Mercury retrograde, just challenges with communication and electronics and things like that. And that's okay. We don't want to start new things, brand new things. It's a beautiful time for reflection and editing and rehashing old things. So if you check my weekly that I put out a couple weeks ago, it does talk about the retrograde and what you can do during that time to make the most of the energy. Now, we also have starting up the impact of the eclipses that will be happening in late October and early November. We start to feel those between 4 and 6 weeks beforehand, so we're starting to feel the inklings of those. And I'll jump into those real quick in a moment, but I also wanted to make sure that everyone was aware, as part of my YouTube subscriber marathon, I did put out a new giveaway yesterday, which is for additional personal recorded readings. And it's going to be a fun one where if I get at least 10 comments, I'll pull one winner for a 30-minute recorded reading. If I get up to 20, I will do the 30-minute and a 45-minute giveaway. And if I get 30 comments, then I will actually do a 30-minute, a 45-minute, and give away a 1-hour personal recorded reading as well. So that will be listed in the link below. I also will throw the playlist for giveaways here too. So there are still some more giveaways out there. I just keep adding another one each Friday, and I usually allow a couple weeks for people to enter the drawing before I pull for that. So make sure to check out that playlist and also the link down below for that video if you want to sign up for that. All right, so back to the eclipses. Now, eclipses do bring us this energy of being at a crossroads or having some surprising plot twists. So we have October 25th is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon in Scorpio. And so the solar eclipse brings us new chapters, new beginnings, and because it's around the energy of Scorpio, these new chapters, new beginnings will be around intimacy, around transformation, around what we're leaving behind to move on to new things. So we're kind of looking to that for this reading. And then November 8th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. The lunar eclipses are more like the fruition, the endings of things. And with that Taurian energy, we're going to be looking into the material resources, abundance, your worth, and kind of the 5 senses around those. Those are the kind of things that are going to have some endings and some fruitions, like you get your reward and then you're ready to start something new, right? So that's where we're going to jump in for this reading. We're really going to zero in on those 2 areas, see what Spirit would like us to know that we're starting to feel those inklings toward those things. We'll have, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're jumping into yours right now. All right, Capricorns, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off pulling a card here from these Queen of the Moon Oracle. Now, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them tickle your fancy and you want to pick them up for yourself, you know how to get those. And we're going to use this particular deck for information on the partial solar eclipse for that new moon in Scorpio on October 25th. And this is going to just represent what Creator and Spirit want you to know about the new chapter in your life, the new beginning that's being spawned by that eclipse for that new moon. So for all our Capricorns, what would you like them to know about this new beginning, this new chapter in their life, please? Okay. This will be the one, and you have growth. No kidding, right? And look, there's the new moon up here. So beautiful card there, number 5, representing the number of change. So let's see what the new moon has to say for you here. It is a waxing crescent, and it says, reject stagnancy. To get unstuck, take action. The choice to grow should be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. But change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Can't resist it all the time, right? Change should have aim and purpose. Be courageous. You will blossom. So think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks, for a long while it just looks like a feeble stick. It may have a few branches and leaves, but at first the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city under the surface. These roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding on to rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then and only then, once these root networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth above the surface. The trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. So the waxing lunar cycle calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. Love it. And the companion stone for this is Charoite. It's Charoite. I probably murdered that. My apologies. Okay. So I love this growth, this developing, this new adventure is developing a deeper and deeper root system is really where I feel that is. It's like focusing on that side, developing the deep, deep roots. We're also going to pull from the Power of Surrender deck here. And this is going to represent both the new moon eclipse energy and the full moon eclipse energy, because this is what you're leaving behind to move through, and the full moon is about a fruition, the ending of things. So this could apply to either or both. And one more time. All right, so what else? What would you like our Capricorns to know? Okay, nope, none of those. They said they're going to make it very, very obvious. Okay, that's the one. And your card is the surrender your need to be always right. This says, give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. So flexible, like it talked about here. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So let go of that stiffness, right? It talked about that with the willow, the branches. It remains very flexible and bending with the wind and those things. So it really is letting you know, and I know I'm a Capricorn rising, so I get it. We get in our heads, we get stubborn, we know what the right way is, and we want to make sure everyone else knows too. But that is not what this is asking for this eclipse season. It is telling you to be yielding and be flexible with what other people are thinking and what they're doing. And you can be like, oh, I see where you're coming from. Okay. It doesn't mean you have to go like, yeah, I'm going to take on your opinion as mine, but you can validate and let them, be that. Or, sometimes someone will say something like, oh, no, the title of that is blah, blah, blah. And even though you specifically know that because you just finished reading the book or watching the movie or doing whatever, you're like, okay, all right, does it matter? No. Does it matter to be right in that moment? No. If they go look it up, if they go out, they might come back and apologize or not, or it doesn't matter, right? It's not a life or death thing, so it's we can let those things go, at least through the eclipse season. And then we're going to pull from these Gentle Creatures wisdom deck, which this will be information about that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th. So this is what Creator and Spirit want you to know about what is coming to fruition, or that it's coming to an end, so you can move into this new adventure of growth, right? This is the one. And you have directions. So put that right here. And let's see what this gentle creature has for you. So here are two creatures whose paths have crossed on this starry night. The crescent moon, which you had the crescent moon, right? Doesn't offer a lot of light, but the stars lend their own glow. The barn owl has asked the gentle creature a question of direction. The gentle creature crouches down to listen closely, and when someone asks for guidance, it's often good to know more about the individual. Does the owl wish to fly there, as many would assume, which would be the right way? Or is the owl planning to travel in short hops, remaining close to the ground? Once those matters are clarified, then directions can be given. In return, the owl offers the gentle creature answers to their own questions about the road ahead. Directions can be funny things. Sometimes they place us on the direct path, but often they offer us a chance to explore more, and that extra path can mean the difference between a destination and an adventure. What do you want when you ask for directions? Are you looking to reach the end or to discover something new? Yeah. So this giving up this always being right and seeing things, this flexibility, this new adventure, going deeper into the roots, understanding others, hearing others' viewpoints, not just being so solid in your own, allows you releasing that restrictiveness. And I love how he's asking the owl, so how do you want to get there? You're not just assuming what someone believes or what they should believe or supposed to believe or need to believe, have to believe, must believe. You're allowing this adventure, this growth that happens is by letting go of this stringency, right? We're also going to pull from the Tarot of Dreams here, see what else they would like to add regarding the eclipses here for you. All right, so for our Capricorns, what else would you like them to know about this eclipse or these eclipses? Okay, they do want that one there and that one there. Oh, no. Okay, flip them. All right, and then you do want this one and these two. Okay. So let me just put these out here, and we will start with this one over here. And you've got the Palace of Coins. And palaces are something that are unique to this tarot deck. Most tarot decks do not have palaces. But this is about, being pentacles and coins is the outside world and the foundation of your worth and just the structure of your outer life. And this is about building a safe environment for your worth and for your abundance and just your outside world. And that makes sense as this growth happens. You are growing this outer world where you don't feel as threatened. And it definitely happens when you don't feel you're needing to defend your position every moment. You do feel like you see the world completely differently than you did before. You do see it as a safer environment because, I'm being reminded of this story that I heard about. There was this family, they were on a vacation, they were driving, and they had 3 young boys, and they, the two older brothers were on the outside, and the younger little 2-year-old brother was in the middle. And he was picking on both of his brothers to the left and right, and he just would not stop. So the parents moved him up in between them. This is before the safety seats and all that. So just go with the story. And so he's there, and he's standing up, and he's refusing to sit down. And so finally the parents tell him that if he doesn't sit down, they're taking away all his toys for a month. And he sat down and crossed his arms with a big pouty face and says, "I may be sitting down on the outside, but I'm standing up on the inside." And so there's this, feeling of you don't have to, say out loud that you're standing up on the inside. But if everyone is saying we all need to sit down and and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do what they're wanting to do right now. It's not going to hurt anything. But on the inside, you can still be standing up. You don't have to make your opinion known. You don't have to defend your opinion because your own opinion is on the inside. And that's why I feel like you have this safety, because you realize that no one can ever make you think or do anything you don't want to do. Yeah, sometimes there might be someone holds a gun to your head and says, do this. You don't have to. You can choose for them to shoot you and you be gone. But if you're choosing what's the important battle right now? I'm going to do what they say, right? So if you so choose. So, this is what that is about, is this safety that's coming in there. And then you have the Queen of Swords. So swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. And she's a beautiful balance of mind and heart, because all the queens, in addition to ruling over their own suit, which this is air, they're all given a helping of water. So she's half air, half water, which is heart and mind. So you are learning this about understanding things. You're not getting so solid in what you believe. You're allowing your heart to come in and balance this out. So you're having compassion. You're wanting to pay attention to what people are saying and what people are doing here. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, which she actually wields here, is an amazing gift that you're given from Source, from the universe, because not only does it allow you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realms that are rooted in unconditional love, it also allows you to slice away your old thoughts and your old beliefs that no longer serve you, the small t truths that are related to the opinion and the fear of losing conditional love. So that's a lot of the small t truths are what we defend. Capital T truths don't need to be defended. Truth is truth, and whether you defend it or not, it's going to remain truth. The truths that we feel we need to defend might be the truths that are untrue, or that we don't believe, right? And so I love this beautiful balance of heart and mind, but also your connection to those capital T truths of the higher realm, letting go of those things that don't serve you anymore. And you have the Strength card. And what a beautiful card to get with all this, because here's your human side, defending itself. But and then this is your higher self. This is the maiden in this. So this is the higher you, and this is the human you. Behind every character that we're playing here is this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. So this is what, brings you the inner strength, is because our tiger is taught to fulfill its hunger and its thirst that it comes here with, is to go out here, eat of relationships, eat of situations like education and certain jobs and career and social status, or our bodies and our things and our possessions, our bank accounts. And so all that we're told to eat and drink of, but when we do, it doesn't satisfy us for very long, if at all, because they're unstable. People change or people pass away. Situations never stay the same, and things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, are stolen, or burned down. And so all that stuff that we're defining ourselves by isn't fulfilling. It's not what we're looking for. And so we get hangry, hungry, angry, and it roars in the jungle. It's like so desperate for feeling whole. Well, our small self, our human self in the beginning, is not aware of our higher self. But our higher self is always, of course, aware of our human self. And so it senses the roaring and the hangriness. And so it comes down, and it doesn't kill the tiger to put out of its misery, doesn't cage it to keep other people safe from it, doesn't try to manipulate it with a whip and a chair like they do in the circus, because it knows what our tiger is truly hungering and thirsting for is the unconditional love from above, not that conditional, unstable love of the outside world. And it's very convenient. Our higher self is made of unconditional love, like I mentioned. And so it is able to give the love to our human self that it's been searching for. So it transforms from this roaring, hangry tiger roaring, in the jungle, to a purring little tiger cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling whole and complete. So again, this capital T truth that you're gaining is this relationship that you have, and that what you're looking for, you're going to find from within. So you're not so much caring about what other people do on the outside world, because those are small T truths, and it's doesn't matter in the scheme of things. So I like it. Then you have the Two of Wands. Wands is your passion, your drive, your inspiration. It's your overall energy. And this basically says that whatever you focus on is what grows. We have a choice every moment between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And so we always have those two things that we're focusing on in every moment. And whatever we focus on is what grows. So if we're focusing on lack, what we're fearing in life, what we don't want in our life, then that grows. If we're focusing on what we're grateful for, what we want to have in our lives, then that grows instead. So you really have this power that's coming in here with all this beautiful knowledge. So these capital T truths you're gleaning is where your true strength comes from, and this power of choice that you have, and that you are a creator every single second. So it's whatever you're looking at is what is growing. And then your last card, perfect. The Empress, new birth. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, just a beautiful harvest and growth, So this is that your growth is assured as you connect to all this beautiful energy and these higher truths. This is a hugely transformative time for you, and because it really helps balance out, with that Queen, like I said, out of your head so much and into your heart. And that just is this life-changing growth period for you. It's like, wow, that what happens below the surface is our heart, right? And so you do have this wonderful, wonderful growth that is coming here for you. I do love this for you, Capricorns, for all of us, because I'm going to grasp onto this with my Capricorn rising too. So if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that does give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things does help spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, or you share the video with others, or comment on the video, and also subscribing to the channel is big. When you do those things, it makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy. It does want to share the videos and messages of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. Also, for many of my services, I do offer a sliding price scale, which means that there's several different price points that you can choose from for each service, and so you can choose one that's in more alignment with your budget at the time. So offer some flexibility in there. All right, Capricorns, as you go through these eclipses, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.